The best thing about being a YouTuber is after a video, after a live stream, you let it run for a few hours and you see the comments that come into your YouTube. And the number of comments I get daily, weekly, that tell me, this excuse, that excuse, but you're an idiot, Sava, because you knew he was going to play a weaker team. And what makes me laugh about this is this seems to be a weekly occurrence. This seems to be the excuse every single game we lose. Now, bearing in mind we've lost 19 league games and another 4 in the cups, bearing in mind that we are close on 25 defeats this season, every single time we lose a game, I hear, but this, but he didn't play, but they were being rested, but injuries. What is going on? Where on earth have the standards of this football club gone? We are bantered enough as it is for not winning things. We are bantered enough as it is. And now we banter ourselves by having absolutely zero standards and zero expectations. Let me tell you what I mean. Last year when I was Ange out, because I saw just how diabolical Spurs were after the first 10 games of the season, I was told by everyone who was suddenly an Ange Postecoglou expert, everyone was an expert. Just you wait and see what he does in his second season. Just you wait and see. He'll fix the defence. He does that in the second season. We won't be wide open. He does that in his second season. All of these players you'll see will be upskilled and will be able to play, wait for it, Ange ball. He adapts in his second season. We're different in his second season. None of that happened. Then we moved on to, but all the young players he wanted for this youth project, watch how they develop. They're going to be amazing. That didn't happen. The only one that plays regularly is Bergvall. All the others play when there's injuries. So we're sitting there with Bergvall being the only young player. Everybody that's talked to me about a youth project, and you watch people coming on my channel talking about the greener grass on the other side, people talking about bearing fruit. Didn't happen, did it? Then you've got all the people, it's injuries. Remember, we're on that massive injuries. Didn't happen. Everyone's come back from injury. We're worse than before the injuries, than during the injuries. 1 league win in 8, and that was against Southampton, the team that everybody beats. 1 league win in 8, and still the excuses persist. Today alone, go and look at my YouTube. I've been called an anchor. I won't say the word. I've been called a prick. I've been called an idiot. I've been called a loser. I've been called a muppet. Oh, you knew we were gonna rotate at Liverpool. Guys, girls, when are we going to stop this? When are we going to realise it doesn't matter who plays? We're not losing games because we're rotating. We're losing games because this is a dreadful setup. We're losing games because this system, these tactics leave us wide open and exposed. How have we still got grown adults, men and women, not understanding how bad these tactics are? Look at what the pundits are saying about how pathetic our performances are. There's no fight. There's no desire. There's no defensive stability. There's no tracking back. There's no work rate. And people are going, yeah, but we didn't win that game because Van der Ven and Romero didn't play. Okay, the week before Van der Ven and Romero played, we were battered. Yada. We've been battered at Wolves. But it's okay, don't worry, that game don't matter. We lose to Forest, no, don't worry, that game don't matter. Okay. We get battered at Liverpool, yeah, don't worry, we knew they beat us, don't matter. How many defeats before it matters? I'm asking for a friend. How many defeats before these defeats matter? How many defeats before this I don't know, it's just this kind of acceptance of defeat is allowed? We have normalised losing. This fan base has normalised losing games of football. We are at the stage where our fans are just going, yeah, it's just a defeat. People going, Ange said 15 of those defeats were by 1 goal. So, Isn't that a defeat? Well, why does that matter? If you lose by 1-off, why does that matter? You've lost the game. We got battered, battered at Wolves, battered at Liverpool, and it's just how embarrassing these performances are. It's just the fact that Liverpool could have had 15 goals. They just flooded forward in numbers. We've not learned. We have not learned. Throughout this season, we have not learned. But one win against Frankfurt, and apparently everything's okay. And we will beat Bodo Glimt over the 2 legs. We will. We'll beat Bodo Glimt over these 2 legs, and we'll get to the final. And everyone will just forget all the defeats we've had. And sure, don't win the Europa League. Doesn't change my mind on the manager. He's played no one of note to get there. No one of note to get there. Fans going, oh my God, if he wins the Europa League, so what? This is the first year where clubs don't come down from the Champions League. So far, the best team he's played is Frankfurt, who, let's be fair, have dropped off a cliff since Marmoush was sold. And we're sitting here going, yeah, don't worry about the 19 league defeats, which is soon going to be 20 or 21. I'm just baffled, guys. I'm not angry, I'm not mad. People go, oh, Savile was ranting and angry. I'm not angry, I'm not ranting. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get how half this fan base that believe the same as me are sitting here going, this is embarrassing. The other half are going, no, don't worry, it's not Ange. Of course it's Ange. It's Ange's tactics. It's always been Ange's tactics. How are these fans, some of you can answer me, how are any of you watching these tactics and going, yeah, this is good, this is the manager we like? I don't get it. It's very clear to see. We are wide open at the back. We are wide open through the middle. Tactically, we are horrendous. And yet everybody wants to sit there and defend this manager time after time after time again. I've just had enough. I've just got embarrassed by it. And I know what will happen. There'll be a huge war, won't they, if we win the Europa League. People will go, you were wrong, you were wrong. Wrong about what? 19 league defeats. Nothing this manager does is going to change my mind. 19 league defeats and counting, which means at a minimum our defeat rate is going to be 50%. That's if we don't lose any more games. 19 defeats and counting. Don't worry, the league doesn't matter. We need some stability. We need stability. We need a manager that isn't trying to be a maverick. We need a manager that isn't trying to reinvent the wheel with tactics that only work for Celtic. We need a manager that can come in and give us some pragmatism. It doesn't have to be every game, by the way, because whenever I say a bit of pragmatism, people go, oh, everyone wanted attacking football. You can be attacking, but be a bit pragmatic at the back as well. There's not one or the other. We need a solid manager that's going to come in and calm everything down, because this can't go on. And yes, I think we do beat Bodo Glimt. I've said that. Sorry, from walking past. I've said that. Yes, we can beat Bodo Glimt. But this should not be overshadowing what has been an absolutely dreadful 18 to 19 months under this manager. Spurs are currently sitting at 31 league defeats under this manager in less than 2 seasons. 31 league defeats. It can't go on. I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back tomorrow, so I'm in Portugal at the moment, so for 24 hours had absolutely no power, which has been a very interesting experience. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the morning show. And guys, girls, much love, take care. Just as I've said that, all the lights in the hotel have gone out, can you see? Just as I've said that, we've had another power outage. Take care, everyone. See you later. And please, Ange Postecoglou, do the right thing. Please walk away, mate. You're embarrassing Tottenham a lot. Take care.